It is my great pleasure to introduce our 2010 Board President, Dave Moeller, and ask him to join me on stage. Dave, you have led this association with such strength of character and have withstood the challenges this year with such dignity and so much integrity and a little laughter. Under your leadership, we've launched a quality of life initiative that is reinforcing our realtor strength. We initiated our first membership conference. We improved our transparency through the release of OKCMAR board minutes to our members in the e-blast and MLS and OKCMAR annual reports, complete with fully disclosed financial statements. We've created an affiliate value package, which was rewarded by a significant increase in sponsorship and membership. We created ARCs to bring a practical and tangible benefit to the commercial realtor. You have been instrumental in making sure that OKCMAR and GCHAR come together and jointly have agreed to share data across markets, increasing our members' capacity to conduct business to 90% of the state at no additional cost to our members. You are one of a kind. Please accept our gift and your past president's pin on behalf of the OKCMAR members.
When I took this job, I used to be 6'5" and 180. The dawn keeps me straight, so that's it. I just want to reflect a little bit about the year, and it seems like such a short time ago. I stood right here at this very platform as the incoming president for OKCMAR, and I was very excited about the challenges, the opportunity to lead OKCMAR through the strategic plan that was developed by the board of directors and staff. And in reflecting back over the year, I really have many memories of what's been accomplished, and I'm very, very proud to lend my name to the list of past presidents that Dawn called off, who served this great organization, given so much of their time and their devotion to the association. There's so many people I wish to thank for their help and cooperation. But first, as I was trying to put all my thoughts in words, I want to share with you what I've learned really over the last year. Stay down, Dawn. It's all good. Our theme for last year's inaugural was "Come Together Right Now." And what that was meant was the slogan was bringing together all of OKCMAR's assets, including the residential membership, the commercial membership, the affiliate membership, and the staff. In each of those areas, we achieved wonderful results and learned that working together is a whole lot more fun than working separately. We have specifically learned that finally this year, being able to come to an agreement with the Greater Tulsa Association of Realtors to share data so that each of you in this room will now be able to reach 90% of the listings throughout our state. And I call that coming together. Last year I mentioned that we achieved the end of the revolution and the beginning of the evolution. The board of directors has developed a great plan for 2011, and I think that under the guidance of the leadership of Steve, I anticipate nothing but continued growth and prosperity for OKCMAR. You see, we've all grown together, and as Dawn mentioned, it's the membership of OKCMAR that makes and continues the market that sets us aside from all the others. Now comes the time where I'd like to thank everybody. So if I well up, I apologize. Firstly, I'd like to thank the membership as a whole. I think each of you in this room needs a big hand from everybody. It was the membership that made all the things that we tried this year a great success. It was the membership's attendance at all the events that really promoted the coming together spirit. Next, I'd like to thank all the affiliates who give their time and money to help us in our success. Our efforts would never be possible without your coming together spirit. We have grown our affiliate membership this year, and as OKCMAR grows, you will grow as well. I want to also thank my wife, Alice. Many of you don't. Let's do this. But she constantly reminds me, she's been with me for 38 years, and she constantly reminds me that we were married when we were just 2 years old. She's always been by my side, and couldn't have done it without her support and being my conscience. And I also want to thank my company sales associates as well. My phone would ring and the question would be, "Are you in the office?" And my answer normally was, "No, I'm down at the board." And I thank them all for their patience and having a coming together spirit that allowed me the freedom that I needed this year. I also want to thank all of you who served on the various committees through the year. There is a true honor in giving your time and devotion to the association. This is harder than I thought it would be. When I think of all the man hours the committees put in, it reminds me of the second paragraph of the Code of Ethics that we all subscribe to. And it says, "Such interests impose obligations beyond those of ordinary commerce. They impose great social responsibility and a patriotic duty to which realtors should dedicate themselves, and for which they should be diligent in preparing themselves. Realtors, therefore, are zealous to maintain and improve the standards of their calling and share with their fellow realtors a common responsibility for its integrity and honor." And I believe that those words show the compassion of all the hard work and efforts of all the committees. They've done a wonderful job this year, and I appreciate it. I'd also like to recognize 4 individuals who have helped tremendously this year in protecting one of our greatest assets, our money. An old mentor of mine told me that if you're going to be successful in business, you keep your banker, your lawyer, and your CPA close by. So I'd like these people to stand and be recognized. From Coppermark Bank, our board bank, Angie Johnson and Darcy Henderson. Sean Roberts, our board legal counsel. Galen Taylor, our board CPA. And Jerry Kiefer, our board investment planner. I've saved the biggest thank you for last. As past presidents have learned, and Steve will find out, you deal with the staff on almost a daily basis. And usually you're at the board on a weekly basis, if not more. I just want you all to know that we have the most professional, hardworking staff of any organization. You can't imagine the hours that these folks put in for the benefit of everyone out here. The training, coordination, research, use of resources that we have is what made this a productive year. Speaking with realtors across the nation, the horror stories they tell about their associations, I can truthfully tell you that we're very lucky to have these fine folks in our corner. Appreciate it. And then there's Dawn. It's all good, trust me. I say that all the time, trust me. Dawn is the one that's put this great team together. She works tirelessly at her job and sets herself as a positive role model for the staff. Throughout the year of many events and hours on the road, I've learned much of Dawn's leadership style and goals for the association. She's always sets high standards for herself and the rest of the staff. We've made presentations together, have shared very open and honest ideas together, and I thank you very much for that. She's brought national attention to OKCMAR at various NAR events and has helped to renegotiate many of our vendor contracts this year to keep our dues and fees stable. It's truly been a pleasure to work with her this year. So from the bottom of my heart, probably the thing I'll miss most this year is really the close relationship with Dawn and the staff. Under Steve's leadership and the 2011 board, our new goals will be accomplished and success will once again be part of our history. So this is the bittersweet moment where I have seen so many past presidents well up, because it truly has been a wild and exhilarating ride this year. And as much as you prepare yourself for the moment, you know you'll miss it, but with the fresh faces that come in, you have fresh ideas. So I'm going to say goodbye and close with a quote that I've used in one of my articles in the OKCMAR magazine. And it was, "We will open the book. Its pages are blank. We are going to put words on them ourselves. The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day." Thank you all, and Merry Christmas.